Okay, Steve. Oh, hi everyone.
Hello,
Welcome,
how's
welcome,
it?
welcome. I am noticing that I have put on a lot of weight over the years, and that's I'm going for my perfect weight. And what I've learnt, Steve, is you don't diet because all diets work as long as you work. That you go for your perfect weight.
Okay, and what would that be for
For me,
you?
12.5 stone.
12 and a half. I've just been on a diet,
Have
funnily
you?
enough, yeah,
Yeah.
and I went on a juice diet, a water diet, and a fruit juice diet. So that's all I ate. So I'd buy like, say, 60, 70 bucks worth of fruit juice, and good spring water. And I went from 82 kg within 2 weeks down to 75.
That's good.
Yeah, just like that. Boom.
Yep. Boom. Oh, and I mean, you're a slim person. You're pretty tall. You must be 6'3".
6 foot, 1.5.
You're 6'1" 1.5".
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe 6'3" with shoes on.
Me, I'm 3 inches. No, even you, mate. I'm 5'8".
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm 75 kg. That's a good weight for me right now. Essentially,
Mate, I got up to when I was coming off when I did the hepatitis C treatment a couple of years ago. I spent 6 months in bed, and it wasn't the new medication, the old medication, and I just couldn't get up. And I was in bed, didn't walk, and I would have put on about. I got up to 105 k,
right, it's heavy.
and
Yeah,
now I'm 90. Okay,
right, yeah.
my perfect weight is probably, I don't know, 74.
That's what I am. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah. Well, if you can get to that, man,
Oh well, that's my targets. It's
yeah,
my perfect weight. I'm looking at my perfect weight, and it's like It's not about. It's all about my attitude and because a lot of
and
people.
what you eat
Yeah,
though.
yeah, it's totally about that. No, it's all about how I feel and how I think, and it's so easy to gorge.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
a in the middle of the night eater. Some people are. However, when I think about bluff oysters, I think, oh well. When I get the money, I'll buy a dozen cooked, a dozen raw. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Oysters
yeah,
natural
yeah.
with vinegar. Oh, I love them.
Funny, I
Oh,
was speaking to someone a little while back, and he was a fitness instructor,
yeah.
and he was dealing with a guy who was, he said 300 pounds. What's that? That's like 120, 130 kg.
It's
Would it
a
be?
rather large
It's a
person. Yeah.
large person, eh?
Yeah.
And this guy ate, even though he knew he was getting bigger and bigger, he ate because that's what made him happy. It was that feeling of eating, which probably released the serotonin or whatever in his
Yep,
brain,
it
that
would have
actually,
and filled up. It filled them up from feeling empty. People who eat feel empty inside.
right, even though they
No, they do. Even clever people that have got 3 or 4 degrees. That I know a number of people that are eaters, and it's like anything happens, they'll eat. Okay, they'll have breakfast, have the good stuff for breakfast, and walk past the supermarket, and they go, oh, they've got a great bakery. I'll have a muffin. You know,
yeah,
me, I like pies and alcohol, beer. And
yeah,
beer's affecting thing.
yeah, a lot of carbs and
Yeah,
sugars
I dead
and things,
carbs
eh?
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
See, I only eat once a day.
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
first thing in the morning?
No, last thing at night.
Okay.
Because this what sort of sends me off to sleep. People say don't eat on an empty, don't sleep on a full
Well, some
stomach,
of they
but
do
I
too.
do.
Worst time in the morning. But it's not about the worst time in the thing to eat. It's about going for your perfect weight. See,
Yeah,
see how the difference in thinking?
yeah, but I think it is what you eat too,
No,
definitely.
it's totally what you
Hey,
eat. However, it's like I've got a vision board, okay, which is you could call it whatever model you're using, goal setting or a vision board or a dream board or
yep,
whatever,
yep,
okay. And mine is my perfect weight is. So I'm not looking at dieting and I'm not looking at eating less and I'm not looking at the food or what I do. I'm looking at training myself to get to my perfect weight, and my subconscious will flick
oh,
in.
okay,
So you get yourself into a state of relaxation, which is like, you know what it's like when you mow lawns all day and you're
yep.
mowing a lawn and you've sort of done the last quarter of the lawn and you don't even remember.
You're almost like meditating
You
in a
are
way.
meditating, and it's in a meditative state. And when you get yourself into that state, and to do that, if you're not mowing lawns, you can actually just lay down and start here and let go. You know, it's all about your breathing and your holding your muscles and letting them go. And then you can see that what I was seeing myself in situations that were very positive. Later on, without, right out of my awareness, the universe like put situations for me. I was attracting that. And one day I went out to my letterbox and there was $45,000 worth of checks. There was one for all legal stuff,
Yep. Yep.
There was a funding check for a van and a funding check for something else, One from ALEC, the Alcoholic Advisory Council, and one from the Substance Abuse Council, and the trust I was involved in, okay?
So things were going well for you.
Well, when that money came in and I opened it and looked at it, I thought, man, this is 25 years ago. I thought, that's a lot of money. Like right now, it'd be like 75,000.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of money,
Yeah, well, you obviously had a few responsibilities.
Well, with that comes responsibilities, and we were dead straight with that trust. I mean, 100% straight. There wasn't any fudging or any bullshit, We did what we say we've got to do, and we'd do it,
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. Very, very positive. Taught me a lot. I learnt so much,
About business or about yourself?
About people and about myself.
Yeah.
About all sorts of different people.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting journey, isn't it? Because, I mean, we're doing this to help people, but also doing it to help ourselves.
Of course we are. Definitely, yeah. We are doing it to help ourselves.
Yeah.
It's looking a bit dark there. Is that normal? Are we brighten it up a bit, or is it got to be like that when you
No, it looks a bit dark, actually. You're quite right.
A bit dark. Well, what's going on?
Shall I open a curtain?
Will that help it?
Might do.
Okay, open that curtain over there if you want. Yeah, that's better. Now we're online. How you going, everyone? Good to see ya. I mean, you know what I mean.
It's funny.
In some ways, the camera gets to become your friend, doesn't it?
Well, I guess so. Yeah.
The truth-seeking camera, looking at you, thinking, okay, what's the truth?
Well, you can't hide from it, can you?
We're not hiding. We're out there in the open.
Yeah. Well done.
We're totally out there in the open. We've put the light on us. And sometimes I think it's important to talk about spirituality.
Yeah. There's that entails so many different things, doesn't it?
Well, that would confuse it a lot if there's so many different things to talk about. How can we keep it?
No, I mean the spirituality, it encompasses so much because some people's meaning of spirituality is totally different to other people's meaning. You know what I mean? You've got the New Agers and you've got the religious people and you've got truth seekers and so what's your?
I believe in that. Personally, I was brought up a Catholic, but I never went to church. And also I went to Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous for years. Okay, so it's not a higher power. I look at the universe. I like that now. So that'll be sort of metaphysical or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
It's like I think the universe is alive and well, and it's up to me. What I contribute is what I get back, and it's like an echo. If you can think the law of attraction, it's like if I go around doing mean, nasty, horrible things to people, mean, nasty, horrible things come back and bite me on the ass.
Yeah, karma or whatever.
Well, you can call it karma. Or what goes around comes around. That's right. And I think it's all about being positive. And though we're here, like I won't say struggling away because we're not. We're striding it, mate. We're like, you know what I mean, Steve? We're taking a huge chance. Most people won't do this.
Taking charge of.
Most people, I don't believe, will set up an internet channel, a YouTube.
No.
They won't do that. Or would they show themselves like this? And we're displaying ourselves, showing the truth of who we are. I had my friend in the car this morning, taking her into Port Chalmers, and she says, "Oh, I've seen all the 4 different Johns on YouTube,
Oh, yeah, the 4 different Johns.
The 4 different Johns. And I'm going, oh, really? She says, when you first started, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, she's more interested to talk about me than about her.
Right, okay.
So it's easy to talk about somebody rather than talk about yourself.
Yeah.
And a narcissistic person will only talk about themselves and have no idea about other people or no awareness because they're so fucking retarded. And a person like I was talking to this morning, it's not that she was a narcissist, it was the other way. She's in denial. So it's better talking about someone else than about herself.
Yeah.
See how human nature's tricky, mate. Humanity's tricky.
The mind is tricky, isn't it?
Well, people are. And the way we interpret things is really, really tricky. like, it's a big thing to sit back and go, oh, I'm good at reading people, I can see where you are, and blah, blah, you know.
Yeah. Hmm.
So what's on top for you?
Well, just going back to your thing about the universe, I'll just add in that recently, out of interest, that there's a resonance or a frequency on the Earth called I think it's the Schumann frequency.
The what?
Schumann.
Schumann, and what's that about?
And the Earth has its own frequency, right? And resonates. I think it sort of resonates around like 7.5 hertz, something like that. But lately, and within the last 2 years, more recently, it's gone up to like 16, 20, and more.
So for you though, like for you, relevance?
Well, the Earth is alive. The Earth is
Totally. The Earth is totally alive.
It's connecting with us.
What about the oil, taking that out of the ground? Don't you think that's a big lubricant for planet Earth?
Yeah. I've always kind of thought along those. It's not old dinosaur bones. That it's not fossil fuels. I don't believe that for a minute.
I'm not sure what it is myself. Forests and trees and everything that's just broken down over the years. However, it's like, I don't think it's good taking oil out of the ground. I don't think it's good people fracking.
No, that's terrible, isn't it?
Wars. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of tragedy out there.
You know, the fracking, though, a lot of people know this, but a lot of people, if you don't, through America, all the fracking there, people turn on their taps and they can light with their water because there's that much gas coming out of their taps. So the whole ground is getting polluted. The animals are dying. They can go through and light little pockets on the ground of gas coming up. So, yeah.
It's pretty scary, eh? So we've had 150, the industrial age, and it's had drastic effects on planet Earth.
It's just been raped and pillaged and abused, and
it has been raped and pillaged and abused.
Yeah, but it's interesting about the frequency, and its consciousness is evolving or rising. You know,
when you say that, it's like people that in the past wouldn't really think about the planet Earth, and now because of all the information, social media and everything like that, it's like they're starting to think about it, like they become more into their awareness, so their level of enlightenment's getting up a step. Because really that's what you're saying, eh?
Yeah, well, you've heard the term, people are waking up.
Yep.
Hey, people are asleep, or have woken up.
Yep.
To the true realities of the world, what's really going on, the so-called Illuminati and.
I don't know about the Illuminati and all this sort of stuff. I mean, I do know that.
Well, that's why I said it's so cool.
That there's a small population of people that own heaps of money, and you know the rest of the world's like not part of the same gig, you know.
It's the 1%.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers. The thing is, though, it's
that's what
like,
they say. They call them the 1%ers that have all the money.
But they call bikies and all that 1%ers too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, outlaw motorcycle clubs are 1%.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, they say, you know, people, we're not sheeples. We follow our own code. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no,
that's what they say. Yeah, you know, that's good on them. You know, they do what they like, as in also the richest people in the world can as well.
They're the ones that are controlling the world, aren't they?
The richest people? I don't know. I mean, governments, America, like they voted in Donald Trump.
Yeah. Like you say, you talk about the Federal Reserve Bank as a
privately owned,
owned by only a select few families that can print out trillions and trillions of dollars. Got the money, got the power. You can do a few things in the world. You can control.
They
own.
It seems. Look, the big thing is that we control our own emotions, the way we think, the way we feel. Take charge of that, and you can be a star.
Yeah.
Okay. Or let the fucking world walk right over you.
Most people are indoctrinated hardcore, though, aren't they?
Of course they are.
That's the problem.
That's right. Well, the demographics are like, you know, poor people, uneducated, Maori people, like high up in the prison statistics compared to other people, compared to the Europeans, you know.
Mm.
I mean, there's racism, rife, you know, bigotry, you know, sexism. For all our evolving, the wage, the people, the amount that women get is still so much lower than what men get, you know?
Yeah.
So really, I don't think very much has changed.
No, there's still...
Slavery?
Yeah, I think we're all under slavery.
No, like different type of slavery.
We've got child slavery.
Child slavery, the big companies like Nike or, I don't know if it's them in particular, they have factories in these poor countries where they're paying $20 a week. Well, they're not paying them $20 a week, they're giving one person who's turned around going, I can produce all these shoes for you, and we'll do it for $100,000 a shipment, you know? And then they pay people.
Yeah,
peanuts, you know?
Yeah. That's why.
And, I mean, it's not a good thing because we lose our jobs in New Zealand. A lot of people are getting annoyed about this now in New Zealand. New Zealand government, since the late 70s, early 80s, have gone out of their way to in the world, you know, with other members of the world, to close down all our factories and close down our shipping. Like in 1972, I think there was 300 people shipped out of Dunedin. Now there's 2. Now, what do you think of that?
Yeah, what's happening around the world, isn't it? What's been happening in America too.
Well, people want cheap T-shirts. Yeah. Instead of paying $20 for this, they want to get it for 2.
Yeah.
Or 4. You see, and I mean, I am a self-employed person rather than a job person. You know, we've talked about this. Okay, I like being.
Well, it gives you a certain amount of freedom, doesn't it?
Well, of course
not
it
having
does.
to answer to too many people.
Yeah, but you still have to hustle to get your get the money in.
You do. You know,
that's what happens. And you know, and it's like we are the arrogance of the white people in the world, thinking that the Chinese, you know, they can do it cheap, or the Indians, they can do it cheap. What's happened is it's come back to bite them on the ass, and it comes from arrogance, okay? Arrogance and false pride.
Yeah.
Like they think, well, like if the families you're talking about or whatever, we'll get 10 million whatever's made there at $2 an hour, bring them back to this country and sell them at a reasonable price or whatever.
Yeah, it's all about making a profit.
And now a lot of those people that were buying them are thinking, well, I'd rather have a job for life. You know?
It's all profit driven, isn't it?
Totally.
You know, all these companies, it's all...
Well, they're addicted to money and addicted to being in power.
Yeah.
It's all about being in power, and like quite frankly...
So we live in a total materialistic world. Like, you know, like my nana and her sisters and things like that, you know, they used to make sleeping bags out of old stockings and things. And they always darn their socks, and they always darn the jerseys and things like this. I think my nana used to darn my socks when I was a kid, you know, so... But not now, it's a throwaway society.
My mother was a tailorist by trade.
Oh,
she had a trade, tailorist. So
she'd be in there.
Yeah, she'd be in there making whatever they were making.
She'd make anything, couldn't she?
That's right. Yeah.
So it's become a throwaway society, unfortunately. So there's no
respect. You've got to say.
Yeah, I was going to say no respect for any possessions because they just get dumped. Hey,
and then that adds to the landfill.
Yeah, they just get thrown out. Because I've worked in a uni student area. And like there'll be things there that get chucked out and they're only a year or 2 old, just trashed, bikes, whatever. And you look at all this stuff thinking, well, half of that's pretty good, but off it goes to the tip, you know. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, so it is. It's like profit driven, eh?
It's totally profit driven, mate. Yeah.
What about communism though? Like that's like the opposite. It's like, hey, we'll all share together, and it's a big commune. However, the same thing happened. It was only 1% of those people that were at the top, you know, like with Joe Stalin and his mates.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, and that's no good either, is it? I mean,
every day he would sign like about 3,000 names to be killed because they disagree with the way we think.
Yeah, dictatorships, eh?
Hitler, people that are cripples, will just fucking shoot them.
Yeah. I mean, what are the answers? Who knows? But
no, I'll tell you that. We're telling you the answers now. It's about how is to be honest, open-minded and willing.
Yeah, but with
get
society,
out of moving into... I can't speak for society.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
And that's what we're doing. We're modelling what's called a healthy process.
Yeah.
And we're taking our own power personally by doing something, hence talking to YouTube, which is a big challenge for anybody to do.
Absolutely. Well, I don't even like having my photo taken.
Yeah, and look at you now. You're a star. I mean, we're stars. And it's like I went on here today and had a look to see how many people looked at us, and there might have been, I don't know, 5 one day and 4, you know what I mean? So it's not like thousands of people swooping in to see what we've got to say. However, they will.
Yeah, it takes time, you know, good things
There was a
take
girl
time.
on TV this morning, she's got 680,000 people coming to her site.
Wow.
680,000.
And what's she talking about?
I'll take a picture of me in this dress, and it's not a sex though. That's like and I'm doing this at the moment. It's not really talking about that much. It's though she's got a demographic of people. I don't know, probably people between the ages of say 16 and 20. She'd know that tune into her.
But the funny thing is, I follow some really good sites that have very few followers. You can go on to like I look at some of the sites my son is on, like gaming sites or whatever. And like you say, they've got over 100,000 or 200,000 followers just watching absolute rubbish. But that's what people are interested in, rubbish.
It's not.
Aren't they?
No, it's because they're not being honest. They're still in denial, and it's our job to help people step out from the shadow.
Yeah.
Step out from that behaviour that you perceive as difficult and hard and painful. When you step out though, and you stand in the light, because this is what it's about, fucking it lights your whole self up, and then you make changes.
But do you think though you're only going to attract those that are willing to make changes?
No, we've got to attract people who are not willing to make changes, that are in denial. You've got people that won't even come when they hear that we're doing this. They won't even click on because their false pride and arrogance kicks in.
That's what I mean. If they're not willing to if they're in denial, they're just going to go straight past, aren't they?
They will,
Yeah.
until something tragic happens and they hit rock bottom or they fluke onto the side.
And give it a moment.
And give it a moment, and then they'll click. Something we say, they'll go, I get it.
Yeah. Because you out there just like us, I don't have all the answers.
Ask, believe, receive. I do though. I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot of them. I can tell you.
Yeah.
You ask for what you want in life. Okay, you ask clearly. Ask the universe. Universe, I want this. Believe you got it. Believe you received it. You're programming your subconscious. Subconscious finds ways for your conscious to attract that. That kicks in, You focus on the things that you want, not the things you don't want.
Yeah.
You go to the letterbox, not dreading the GST bill or the PAYE bill.
More than likely will be the...
well, if you're thinking
that,
the idea is you go there thinking, excellent, there's got to be a big fat check there for me today. Okay?
Yeah.
It's that way of thinking. And one day a big fat check will come.
Yeah. No,
okay?
That's right.
That's what happens.
Mm.
Well, and we're like, as I said the other day, I've been to court a few times. I'm not going to get a job as a counsellor again. This is me now, man.
Yeah.
Just to,
keeping it real.
Keeping it real. This is what I'm like. And I dare any counsellor to do what we've done. Like to sit there in your nakedness, in your shame, I'm not in shame, but like sit there and be real and just be real.
Yeah.
Live in the moment,
Yeah.
Say what's happening.
Shooting straight.
Shooting straight, shooting from the hip,
Yeah.
Good, eh?
Yeah, man.
Because it's difficult to find people out there that have that, they want to connect with you. They'd rather do things easier,
Or either that, they'd rather just stomp you into the ground or ridicule you.
It is being a bit, I don't feel,
Or they could be jealous.
I doubt whether anyone could ridicule us, really.
Yeah, not us. I'm talking in general. You're always going to have trolls.
Well, that's part of denial.
You're going to have...
it's part of denial, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess trolls are. Yeah.
Of course they're part of denial.
Yeah. They've got nothing better to do than to go through it from site to site.
Or if that's a fear, there's probably been a few trolls that had a look and thought, I don't want it. One guy wouldn't even go. I said, me and Steve are on a, YouTube channel, He said, I'll never go there. That's without even...
Right.
It's the sort of person that goes, NA meetings don't work. And I go, how many NA meetings have you been to? I've never been to any.
Yeah.
They know all about it.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And
know exactly
they're whining, miserable fucking trolls.
Yeah. I know exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. You see? And there's thousands of them. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I was at a bar the other day, a private bar in a guy's house in Port, and this guy was sitting at the bar there, and there was a woman there too, okay? And I was on a t-shirt and everything, and I was sitting there having a drink in my blue Levi's, and he goes, "Oh, you're sucking in your stomach, John." And he was alright, or was.
Yeah.
Well, who wants to look overweight when you know?
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I
Just
mean?
the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that was a projection from him, though.
Right. Yeah, he took notice of it, eh? Yeah.
But it was him, though. That's him and his fat family, not me, and you know.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, okay. It has nothing to do with me. They were words coming out his mouth.
Yeah.
So if anyone out there gets like sensitive about
That's funny, man.
see, yeah, it is, eh? If you get sensitive about what people say, just listen to what they say, and they're really talking about themselves.
The reflection.
Yeah, well, no, they're talking. If it comes out of my mouth, it's about me.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so that's a reflection back at you, isn't it?
Of course it is. Oh,
Yeah.
that's it. Of course it is, and of course that particular chap will be with a lot of other particular chaps or women that you know, they're stuck in a bar every night.
You've got the tall poppy syndrome too, and I found this growing up actually in my 20s a lot, where my mates would start new ventures, and I'd always encourage them, say, "Yeah, man, go for it. I think you do good." And my mate would say to me, he said, "Shit, man, you know, you're about the only one that's actually supported me." A lot of my other mates just say, "Nah, that's not going to work. It's going to fail. I wouldn't even try to do that." And hey, it's another side of people, isn't it? You know, why do they not support more people trying new ventures or new things?
I'll tell you what, like there's a therapeutic community in Dunedin for criminals and all that, and they're told if you come across an ex-drug addict or a current drug addict or a current criminal, you just sort of avoid them and you keep away. And I don't believe that that's actually positive. I can understand when someone's in early recovery. What I mean by recovery is when you don't drink or take drugs. It's like when you just start out. As time goes by, though, you need to be able to claim your own space within the world.
Yeah, your strength back.
Yeah, or just claim the space. We all take up so much space.
Right.
And it's about claiming that space. You know, you claim who you are.
Which you're entitled to.
Of course you are. It's your birthright.
Yeah.
It's your birthright to have your 6 foot 1.5 inches, mate.
Yeah.
It's your birthright to be able to walk down the street in safety.
Yeah.
It's your birthright to have a decent income or create your own income. It's your birthright to be loved by people and to love as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Awesome, man.
And it's so difficult to love. People, see, listen to what I'm saying. People shut down, I'll change it. I shut down. You start off young, you learn to be independent and look after yourself and wander the streets. You know that your mum and dad aren't much cop, really. Well, you know what I mean? No boundaries, they're too busy working, whatever. And so what I did as a young person in that situation is you learn to look after yourself from a very young age. You're not a baby. You're not in foster care where people are looking after you and fussing over you and making you dependent and keeping you as a baby. You're having to go out in the real world yourself and claim your space. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we can title this Claiming Your Space.
Yeah, that's
an awesome thing. One?
Yeah. You can claim your space. I mean, you'd be quite. I hate the word streetwise and all this, but you won't be naive. That's for sure.
Well, you're independent when you claim your own space. One looks after themselves. A side effect can be that one can shut down emotionally, and therefore anything can happen and you don't really feel much.
Right. Yeah.
So the idea is to open that up, or that third eye, as you would say, or whatever eye. It's just open yourself up. Not to be a blithering emotional idiot or fool. It's more being appropriate to whatever's going on in your life. See, I know people that are dying of cancer at the moment, that are old, whatever. And I've bumped into other people that know them and they go, "Oh, so-and-so's got cancer," or, you know, whatever. And it's very sad. The thing is, though, that I personally don't feel sad about it. I'm not sitting here crying because that's what I don't get about people.
Yeah.
You sit here and start crying about somebody else. I think, those tears are not for that person.
That's for them.
Those tears are for you, mate. And so don't put them on the poor person who's died. If only.
I agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's because they are grieving their loss, not
That's right. They're grieving their loss
Mm.
for all the denial they've been in when the poor fella was alive.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Do you think that's true? What do you think?
yeah. I think that there may be regrets that once the person's died or gone that they didn't do certain things, or there might be guilt there as well. Because I'm like you, I've never felt emotional, I suppose. And I've always wondered why. I've been to funerals and people are crying and crying, and I've not felt it. But I think it's now that I'm older, I think they are crying for themselves because they're not going to see that person again. They can't deal with it themselves. They're not crying for the person that's died.
No, they're crying for themselves.
Yeah, I believe that.
And listen to the words people use and watch their actions, and my brother used to say things. He'd go, John, you point your finger at someone, there's 5 fingers will point back. It's probably about the only useful thing he ever said to me. but like, it was true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You put yourself out here, you'll get some positive feedback, but there's also going to be people that won't, but for whatever reason. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think we probably got a lot of positive feedback, really, because there hasn't been that many people that have watched it.
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter. It's like there hasn't been that many people that have subscribed. So if you're out there, subscribe to the channel, because then we know how many people have actually clicked onto it. Because this isn't Facebook. Facebook's social media. We're here trying to make a difference. We're here giving you something for free that would be out of most of you people watching its pay grade. Seriously. This is free, and it's worth a lot of money to sit down and to be able to spill your guts to someone, or someone to actually spoon feed you, because that's what we are. A different view, different perspective of planet Earth and how I function in planet Earth. And that's what I mean by you can duplicate how we see things. Ask, believe, receive. That's what happens, and you'll get what you want.
Yeah, keep an open mind.
That's right. And so I keep an open mind. Say it.
I keep an open mind.
Yeah, I keep an open mind as well. Do you reckon we should end it here? How long have we done?
Yeah. 32 minutes.
32 minutes. Just gone bang, eh?
Yeah.
Doesn't it go quick?
Winging the flow, eh?
I've been to the dentist today. I had a big argument. Just like everything's been all go.
Yeah.
But it's been good seeing you, and I'm glad you've come around.
Okay? Yeah, no, good one, man. Awesome.
It's been excellent. So thanks for that.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
As always.
Okay.
See you all.
See you all. Close it down.
Closing down. Sweet, man.